welcome our viewers. Happy New Year 2021. We hope you celebrated yours, even though this year we had to celebrate it in a way that we have not done in many years in the past, especially where we have a limit of number. Welcome. So I want to welcome with me here today is Mr. Richard on my right. Please say hi to our viewers.
Thank you for having me in the studio here. I'm happy to be here. We're going to be talking briefly, just briefly, like I said, about what we have lined up for the year. We're going to start with the COVID-19
Yes.
that paralyzed the whole world last year. This is a new year, so we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. And definitely, it's clear that coronavirus or COVID-19 is going to have a huge and lasting impact in many years to come.
Yes, of course, it's going to have impact on the human race. All pandemics that has ever taken place, they always have a negative effect
Yes.
that lasts for that lasts until another pandemic happens again. For those people who will be alive again to see another pandemic in their lifetime, because that's just what it is. But
Yeah.
this year, last year, I should say, uh, it came and it's still doing is damage as far as we are concerned. Even though this is a new year, people are still dropping. I say, being unfortunate about the effect it's having on them. So, but again, this year we're going to start with that. Talk about the pandemic,
Yeah.
how it has affected the general populace, the men,
Socially,
economically,
economically.
physically, and the women, the boys, the girls, the men, the elders.
And also class, because I think most people, if you are well and went, for example, let's go back to like March, where we went on lockdown. There's some people who did not worry that they have to go out, work, so that they can
Provide.
provide. And there are people, especially those who their work became essential, are the frontline workers, are immigrants, most of them. Let's call a spade a spade. And if you look at it, even though they're not pure statistic, but the people of color have really been impacted negatively with COVID-19. And I hope this discussion, we can continue to invite other people who have expertise or have more research work or statistic to see how it has really impacted people who are less fortunate.
Yes, like I said before, in every pandemic, people are affected, in different ways. But it just happened that some are more affected than the others. So, and the reason for that is very broad, and we just cannot cover everything in one day. But it has to do with economic disadvantage, because you discover that people will go to work
Yeah.
even if they are sick.
Yes.
And people that go to work if they are sick is because they don't have another means of survival. They don't have another means of feeding their children or paying their bills. So
Yes.
they are much more. They are the people that fall into this type of situation.
I
So when
agree.
you have people like this, they don't have any choice. But those of them in the high class who are wealthy enough, they can stay away and make their money from the from the background.
Yes.
But the essential workers are mostly those who are less privileged, because they have to go to work.
Yes.
You can't. How would they feed their family if they don't go to work? That's why they are much, and they get affected more about this. And
I agree with
immigrants, I
you.
mean,
Uh,
the
and
black
what
communities mostly.
And I think also what we should appreciate the Canadian government is the fact that when the pandemic hit us in a way that we did not anticipate, there was that lieu of the sub, which is the where people are getting something to survive on, and if it's in Africa, we don't have those social elements where you have a government you can lean on. You're on your own. So, how do you think if you were to compare being unwell in Africa with COVID and being unwell in the diaspora?
Yeah, the difference is clear, anyways, because even in Africa, or apart from Africa, in others, in some other countries, not the advanced country. Even right now, the advanced country, I think they are running out of funds to cater for everybody that stays at home. So yes, they have funds reserved for situations like this. But in other part of the world, we are using Africa for example, even other part of the world, other developing countries in the world, they face the same thing. So, for example, in Africa, where they have to work and work and work because there is no government there that is going to give you money and says, "Hey, sit down. We don't go to work. We're going to pay your bill for the next 3 months or 4 months."
And the
Even in Africa, for example, if I may,
yes,
you see that professionals,
yes,
celebrities, those that are wealthy,
yes,
they give out donations
yes,
for the populace.
yes.
But
But don't
politicians,
you think that should
politicians,
be the work for the government, not for the
where
celebrities?
it's supposed to be
Because we pay taxes, they pay taxes.
yeah, but it's a long discussion if you really want to go into that. But I think my point here is that yes, in the developed world, the government support the citizens, the
Yes.
people, the populace. But in some other developing country like in Africa, for example, the celebrities, those who are well to do, they
Yeah.
donate money, they donate palliative.
Yes.
But this palliative, they are not even distributed properly.
Oh
And some
yeah.
of them, they just hug them, and then they keep them away to use to their advantage come uh, next election. So for this reason, there's no comparison between a developed society where funds is already reserved for emergencies like this, compared to Africa that they don't have plans.
I totally agree with you that the differences is clear as water and oil, how they don't mix. And again, thank you so much, our viewers. That's just part of what we are going to be speaking about. Our next conversation, we are going to dig into even vaccine, how we are seeing some of these developed countries have come up with way of supporting their members, their citizens with various healthcare, unlike in Africa. So we'll also be going to more discussion on vaccine. If you have something else to add, Mr. Richard, the
Yeah,
stage yours.
yeah, we have so many things lined up for the year. This is just the beginning of the year, and we're just starting with this as a topic. But the point is that we have so many topics lined up. We expect to get people to as guests of various kinds, various types from different community to come and talk about topics of interest. So for those of you out there, if you know of people in the community, in your community, that you want them to, they'll be good enough to express certain things. You want them to come and talk about certain subject matters, then we'll welcome them,
Or
and they can
some
come and discuss about topics.
or even somebody who have like experience firsthand the COVID-19, maybe being infected or affected, or who had a family member. We can always appreciate to hear from you and how you were able to come out of it. And we also welcome other topic, as Mr. Richard mentioned. We are open. Please send suggestions, comments, and share our videos and
Subscribe.
subscribe.
subscribe. Just it doesn't take you. I don't know. It's just a click. You just click, you subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell, because with that we know that we've uploaded a new video. Maybe there's a subject, topic that we are deliberating on that we didn't complete. You want to see how it ended, so it is good to to subscribe, and particularly you have to share so that people will see, what we are talking about.
Right. So click subscribe so that you can be notified, as Mr. Richard said, of our next conversations and our next guest, or where we are going to be touching on our next topic. And with that, we wish you a very good day. Stay home if you can. Thank you so much for the frontline workers who are working so hard, and we empathize, emphasize,
Empathize with you guys.
empathize,
Yeah.
yeah, and we send our heart to those who have been affected.
So on that note, thank you for watching, and take care. Bye bye.